smiling, I keep doing my thing. Before my life is over and my moment fade away. I keep going, I keep smiling, I keep doing my things. Before my life is over and my chance just take her wings. Searching for a mission, life's no competition. It has no definition, no, no, no. The blind faces follow, my vibes still stay mellow. You can't take what I know, no, no, no. What I know, no. What I know, no.
CFSU is confident to play this here. Stakes incredibly high. And a first lock in the Cassiopeia response here with the Anivia. And I think the Zahin works really well with this draft because you have such a frontline with a Xin already. Kled would be very fun. But I don't think it really makes sense here in this draft in particular.
That would be very interesting. I mean, they were not at MSI, but they were watching Broken Blade. It is going to be Anivia, or Aatrox and Anivia. Not untrue. But now the AD carry here for Peyz. And it's just Jin.
Jin Shin with Ambessa. I've always been a big fan of Jin Ambessa with any sort of other engage.
That's kind of what, you know, when it wasn't banned, I was like, ooh, we get to see some Ezreal. One of them. They're both incredible at the pick. Showmaker doing a little bit of fakering, perhaps, where you try to use the egg.
Good trade in the lane for T1 just moments ago, as we do have Vi coming over here. A little bit faster than Lucid is here to help.
Oh, that's the root on a career. And also Lucid, with that trade, has to leave. And now the pullback on a Doran. Siu just looking for the solo kill. Doran holding on to his flash for a very long time. And it will be enough to barely get him away.
It's going to take, a flash grab early from the jungler in the early game, as we do have a taunt here from Keria.
Yeah, Career trying to go up against the wall. And it's a fourth shot for first blood. Tons of damage into Career, who had his flash, but, didn't calculate that he had to flash to the alcove to try to get away with the magical journey to avoid the DPS.
So we'll still be here to farm a little bit, but watching it back, Keria initially sets this up onto Career. Peyz gets this shot, second one, third one, and hits the fourth in magical journey. Keria follows.
Mid lane is always going to be winning, especially pre-6. And it looks like even post-6. And top lane's pretty even. So at the end of the day, T1 are winning this early game.
Lucid's coming over for a contest here, but I don't think Smash can get access.
I'm not sure about that. The flash comes in. Nice block here from Careers. Lucid gets in, takes the dragon down, but now he's in a bit of a rough spot. Does live for quite a long time and enables Smash to try to get the kill, but the flash away. And now Smash looking for that kill on a Peyz. He's not going to get it. And now the curtains open up. Career is flashing away and barely gets out of range. Showmaker, very nice dodge, but the flash over from Faker. Looks for the egg, and he will pick it up, and this will definitely be a kill. Unless he runs out of mana. It's actually kind of close as one auto and one tick, and Faker picks up the kill. T1 are smashing this early game.
Is just so horrible for them. This early game really couldn't be much worse. Now T1 are looking to fight for grubs here. Lucid going back in again.
They are just fighting for everything as they're throwing everything into the Xin Zhao. Lucid is going to live for quite a while, but eventually does go down. It's now over the wall. Nice gaze there from the side of Faker. Picks up a double kill as now we got a 3-0 Cassiopeia. So much for the best team in the world. They're getting smashed as Faker's 4-0.
I think the streak of games for D+ might be at an end with this one. It's a 4,000 gold lead at 9 minutes as Peyz is pushing Smash out of the lane.
He hit the first one. Third one. Fourth shot. Barely going to sail wide.
But he's still pushed away.
Yeah.
It's...
Oh!
Peyz just walks up and shoots him in the face.
He just flashed fourth shot at him, and Smash just...
If there's any way back in this one now, as Lucid will find Carriot. I don't know if he really likes it because Owner's coming over. He's got a blast cone though, or does he? No, he does not!
Very nice deny from Carriot, but unfortunately that gets him out of range. And now they're pretty deep in the jungle, actually, as in goes Career. Looking for the stun. He's not going to get it with the binding, but now the lockdown on a 2. T plus Kia looking for the follow-up here. Down 4,000 gold, and it doesn't look like they have the follow-up
necessary there. And now Peyz here sees an opportunity to try to ult Smash out. Because he hits those shots, Smash gets super low. And I was saying, well, he's back. He can't go back to the lane. It's doomed. So yes, he survives, but he can't go back. But Smash, with Lucid coming over, says, yes, I can. Peyz hides, gets Tri-Brush vision, and flashes the wall. But I don't know if there's one big enough for the game state that D+ find themselves in here. They're going to try to punish Peyz. He does not have flash.
Oh, but he can dodge. Utilizes the walk strategy. Nicely done by him. If he gets hit by that with no flash, I think he just dies as he is alone. Meanwhile, in top lane, Faker considering it, but pings do come down as they do know he's there. Do they know about Owner, though? As we're looking for just a straight-up dive underneath the turret, just going to tank it up is Owner. Miasma comes down, ult is there as well. Owner does commit to the flash away, but I think he was always dead with that last shot.
Yeah, Shu had turned his attention to Doran as he knew that shot was in the air. As he does end up dying here. Can they get a desync on the backs? Just barely not. Doran's going to actually commit a TP for safety here, knowing how close those members are. Peyz is 2 levels up.
He's got a Shen with him. He's like, oh, he did.
Area stunned, looks like, by Showmaker there.
I guess he must have, yeah. Searching for Smash. 3rd shot, 4th shot is going to hit. And again, you don't have to kill him. Yeah.
But I just don't think that's likely. Showmaker...
Speaking of getting greedy and messing something up, it looks like it's going to be Showmaker to be the first one to do that. You see that Lucid was going top, and then he went away from top because he's like, yeah, you're dead. Nothing I can do. Even a TP committed to.
So they made this happen. Scary is trying to taunt him under turret. Maybe Peyz is caught. No, again!
Oh, even the flash gets responded to. It's still a good trade for Career to get Peyz's flash, but Peyz just feels unkillable. Like, he's just dodging everything. It's so annoying.
He doesn't build Ghostblade for the damage. He builds it as a counter to the Tempered Fate. And now this Dragon is attempted here by D+. Big rotation over from T1. Doran has TP as well. And they're just going to have to bail out of the area.
Career? Yeah, he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Already used his magical journey. Flashed in mid. But it's just funny because
it doesn't feel relevant.
They're already so far ahead.
Yeah.
I suppose in the top lane, Doran isn't like massively ahead, so any bit matters. Speaking of which, he's up a level. He's going for the kill onto Shu, who does have ult and flash.
So Doran can just keep pushing forward. It's all these little things.
At this point in time, I mean, if you look at the items, T1 do have a massive lead, but we got 2 items on Lucid. He's going to be going in. They're looking for Peyz as Career ults him and saves him. And here comes the Shen. Carry is just right there to press his R, and it's an easy turnaround for them.
It's not a risk. In fact, it's optimal.
He's just going to kill Career, too. Gets on the magical journey, actually, so he barely gets away. But, yeah, that's Baron at 21 minutes. A little T1 Baron action as now vision and a kill. Peyz just not really missing these, although he misses everything else on the smash. And it just felt like Career just trying to get a quick back, but it ends up paying the price for it. Level 16 Doran now up against 2, maybe 3, as Career's making his way over. But that is Ambessa trying to dash his way out of the situation as the wall not great. And he taxis in and taxis out. See you later, says Doran.
He added a few dashes to Ambessa's kill on that one. And he's just going to get out. As meanwhile, T1
Tempered Fate.
They almost got his flash.
Yeah. Faker has flash himself. Is just going to sit here and look to fight, actually, up against 4. Just holding onto his flash, I suppose. And there it goes, as in comes the Shen. And now locked down by everybody. As even Peyz trying to shoot down Smash with them in his face. T1 are down members in this fight. Peyz goes down. And all of a sudden, a weird wonky one. Stun comes in from Showmaker. That's another shutdown. And a lot of gold is given to DK for free.
Maybe one step forward here for D+ that they desperately needed. As we are going to still continue to fight for red buff here.
Yeah, trying to take down the Xin Zhao as the Crescent Guard comes in. And he's dead. And so Showmaker goes down to his egg. TP comes in, and this is getting weird. At least a couple of kills go back the way of T1. Go into game 2 like it's game 1, and essentially just play game by game. And, I mean, D+ are definitely better than what we've seen so far today, so I'm sure they know about it too. As now looking for a play, Smash totally isolated on the top side. The ult's late from Career, and he's just magical journeying for himself. This is a total wash in favor of T1. As they might not even go for the dragon. Maybe they can just end the game.
A D+ of this team fight looked like one of those bosses in an old video game that has a big glaring red weak point. They found Smash and they hit him on his back on that red button and he died. And D+ just fell apart. No setup, no control, nothing in this fight. And Shield will be the last remaining member to try to defend against the onslaught that is T1 here in a 28-minute win. He's going to TP to the turret.
He got a shield, I guess.
I guess so. He's going to try to brawl it out as Aatrox.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. I think the 9,000 gold worth of money that T1 has ahead of him is more than enough. And this game 1 was kind of over for about 20 minutes, but T1 play it out, and they play it out pretty well.